Okay, we have some book reviews here.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been reading a bunch of books?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have something for you, dear.
Oh, no.
So,
More love poetry.
it is told among the wise that the first war began before Arda was fully shaped, and ere yet there was anything that grew or walked upon earth. And for long, Melkor had the upper hand. But in the midst of the war, a spirit of great strength and hardihood came to the aid of the Valar, hearing in the far heaven that there was battle in the little kingdom.
Okay, no more.
Hold on. And Arda was filled with the sound of his laughter.
Okay.
Don't you want to know who it was?
No, I don't.
Ooh, cliffhanger for everyone out there.
Yeah,
that
so
is
exciting.
from JRR Tolkien's The Silmarillion. Classic tale from 1977.
We have talked about it. I was trying to get through it. I really suffered. This took me like a month to get through. It was torturous.
On an audiobook.
Listen, it's an encyclopedia.
Yeah,
okay, no. You can. Okay, I would just skip it. Just read the Coles notes.
That's your review?
Yeah, that's my review. It is terrible.
Skip it.
If you want, read the last two parts. If you want to know
what are the last two parts?
You need to know for the movies, The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Read the last two sections.
Okay.
And don't read anything else. And
I
just
assume
read
you're
the
not talking about
notes.
the genealogy tables.
No.
I think you're talking about the Akalabev.
Just read the last
and then
two
the next
sections.
section is of the Rings of Power and the Third Age, which Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit takes place in the Third Age.
Yeah, just read that.
So,
skip the rest. It's terrible.
No.
Anyway, it's an encyclopedia. So you're literally reading an encyclopedia.
No.
It's incredibly boring.
No.
I couldn't stand it. All you need to do is get the Coles notes on this. Don't bother reading it.
People love this book.
I don't know why. I certainly don't like it. Anyway, that's my review of that. Get the Coles note, read the last two sections, you're done. Now,
I would disagree with you.
Finally,
we're still on the Silmarillion.
No.
Can I say a couple things on it?
We've already talked about it so much.
I just want to say that after I finished my Star Wars book last weekend,
which also seems incredibly boring.
No, this is better than that, but it still had some interesting stuff in it.
Was it really bad?
So I'm not rereading the Silmarillion again. I've probably read it like 5 times in my life. I will read again, but I did read a couple sections of it. I read the first 2 sections, the Anulindale and the Valaquenta. So if any hardcore Tolkien Middle-earth fans out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. The Anulindale is about the creation of the world and of the Valar, and the song of Ilúvatar.
God.
And then the Valaquenta.
I'll sum it up for you. Ilúvatar is like the god. He created the world.
Ilúvatar.
Whatever.
That's
he
the
made
being.
Elves. He made the Valar, which are like the powerful ones. And then he made, and the problem was he had one dude that he created. Everyone was at peace, and his name was Melkor, and he liked to sing a different song. And then when Ilúvatar said he didn't really care for that, Melkor got really mad. And he took off, and he's been causing problems ever since. And he basically created, what's his name? Sauron. And he's the evil in the world.
Sauron is one of the Maiar.
Well,
the servants of the Valar.
He is bad, and everything he did was to destroy and take everything from everyone else. And the problem was something beautiful was created, and they were these stones called the Silmarils. And once they were created
by Fëanor.
The problem was once they were created, everybody wanted them, and that caused jealousy. They wanted to covet those things. It's like the Ten Commandments.
Do you know why they coveted them? It wasn't just because they were jewels. No, because they contained the light of the 2 trees of Elendil.
Yeah, they were
And
good.
Melkor and his servants destroyed those trees. Was it trees or they were like posts or something? Anyway, he destroyed those 2 orbs. but the light of them still survived in the Silmarils.
Well, it was more than that. Anyway, they all wanted them. They kept on stealing them from each other. And this is what caused all the strife in the world and caused so much problems. And so it's basically...
It's kind of an oversimplification.
That's what I'm doing for people. So don't read it. That's what happens. They all get on the other side of another person and they all want the Silmarils. And then in the end, finally, as we know, as we watched in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, the Ring of Power is destroyed and all that Melkor energy goes down.
Yeah. The elves don't call him Melkor.
And therefore, now that's all over with.
Okay.
And that's ended. So now we're in the next age, and that's what The Lord of the Rings ends. All this stuff ends.
These
and
stories,
it's the time of men. That's what all you need to know.
Melkor, whom the elves call Morgoth, because they refuse to call him Melkor, because he's no longer considered one of the Valar, because he's causing all kinds of problems. He's bad. And it's essentially, this story draws a parallel. It's essentially saying he's Lucifer, okay?
No,
he was the most gifted of the Valar.
Lucifer,
he was the most gifted of the Valar, and he fell from grace.
He's
so
greedy. He wants everything that everyone else has, and if he can't have it, he wants to destroy it.
Yeah, his heart is full of jealousy and envy.
It's not really like the devil. It's more like, I think he's making a parallel to commerce and destroying the world, trying to get resources and stuff
disagree.
like that.
I think this is a comparison to Judeo-Christian theology.
Boring. That's all I'm going to say. So that's it. Let's move on.
Okay,
to
before we move on, what's your
now.
rating? What's your rating of it? What's your rating of the Silmarillion?
It's an encyclopedia. So how do you write an encyclopedia?
Is it best book ever? I give it best book ever.
I give it worst book ever.
Ouch.
I give it a 25.
Ouch. Okay.
It's terrible.
Are there any fans of the Silmarillion out there, or of Tolkien's work in general? I know it's kind of dry, but some people like it, some people don't,
These are
Let us
history.
know what your thoughts are down in the comments below, please.